So, thank you so much for being with us. The first question will be, could you briefly introduce yourself and your role to the European Youth Event?
My name is Thomas Waitz. I'm a member of European Parliament from the Greens, from Austria. I'm here in the House since 8 years, and I have strong dedication to work with young people, not just during the eye, but I have a lot of visitors groups. I mean, this is the next generation. And as a Green, I'm trying to hand over a planet that is still offering a livelihood for the next generation. So this is the next generations that are most concerned about a deterioration of nature, deterioration of climate, but also social issues. So the question of infrastructure, access to childcare, job market, and all of these questions. So yeah, that's why I'm here once again.
Thank you so much. And what do you think are the main goals of the European Youth Event?
I think it's to foster the exchange between active politicians and a young generation that is interested in what the European Union does and how things go. It's very helpful also for an exchange of views, not just on content, but also, you know, the kind of emotional impression where we are. So to also see how global developments impact actually the perception of politics, the perception of security, the perception of future or no future. So that's also for me what's in for me, that I can pick up quite also sentiments and let's say the emotional part of the political reality.
And if you think about the European Youth Event in 5 or 10 years, how do you envision that?
Well, there's always new generations of young people coming, so we're not going to lack interested youth, and I think it's extremely well organized, and it's quite demanding also for me as an MEP. Last time I lost my voice on Sunday because I was in so many talks, and not just the official ones, but like also afterwards, like ongoingly speaking to people for like 12, 13 hours. And I'm a professional speaker, but even this brings me to my limits. So it's very well organized, I must say. And there's a huge variety also on topical exchanges. I wouldn't give any special recommendations or so. I find it very well done, just the way it is.
And at least, what advice would you give to the young people?
Concerning what?
Everything for the future.
That's a bit of a broad question. It depends where you are, where you're coming from. But I think that the understanding that in the world of today, if we want to preserve the European way of life, if we want to preserve rule of law, states that are based on civic identity and not on national identities or ethnic identities, if we want to prevail a Europe that is based on human rights and liberties, we need to stand together in the European Union. This is what young people understand sometimes better than the older generations. But that's also what I'm advocating for, and I hope a lot of young people that visit the Eye take this message back home, that it's worth standing up for this united Europe.
Perfect.